And hosts AEK Athens take on Brose Bamberg of Germany. Both teams with a slow start to the Basketball Champions League campaign, both beaten in game day one but responding well with victory on game day two. Bamberg beaten by Fuenlabrada on game day one, while AEK were host to Hapoel Jerusalem and lost by 4 points before responding with victory in overtime last week against Chess Nymburk. Here are the game day 3 matchups, all 4 of them being played today. AEK Kabelis take on Chess Nymburk. That one has already got underway. Antwerp take on Hapoel Jerusalem, and Dijon in action as well against the Spanish side, Fuenlabrada. So an interesting start to Group C. Bit of a surprise seeing the defending champions lose on game day one. Hapoel Jerusalem are currently leading the way as far as the standings go. 2 out of 2 for them so far. Same for the Spanish outfit, Montaquit Fuenlabrada. Back-to-back wins for them. Bamberg, Dijon, AEK and Antwerp all picking up their first wins already. Chess Nymburk and AEK Kabelis of Lithuania going head-to-head today, so one of them will get their first victory of the 2018-19 season, the 3rd edition of the Basketball Champions League. Well, there is a bit of a story as far as these two teams go. This is Brose Bamberg's roster, and Tyrese Rice has impressed in the early stages of this competition, averaging 26.5 points so far in the first 2 games. Also, Nikos Zisis and Augustin Rubit have impressed in the first couple of weeks, both of them averaging over 10 points per game. And a new head coach for them as well, Enis Bagatskis, who replaces Luka Banki, who is now in charge of the defending champions. And his side, despite losing their opening game, responded well against Chess Nymburk. They needed overtime to beat them, of course, but Tyler Robertson played his first game in this competition for AEK, scoring 13 points and winning 6 rebounds. Captain Dusan Sakota also impressing over the first couple of games, as has Yanulis Larentzakis. Those two vitally important to the hosts here, the team defending their title, playing in this competition for the 3rd time. Brose Bamberg are newcomers to the Basketball Champions League. AEK, of course, losing in the last 16 in the 1st edition of this tournament. They lost to Monaco, got their revenge though. 12 months later, they beat Monaco in the final here in Athens. And they'll be hopeful of making it a first win at home in this season's competition. There is the AEK bench, the players just being introduced to the fans here. There is Larentzakis, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, his average numbers for the tournament so far. They have lost a few key players, of course, the likes of Manny Harris, Mike Green and Kevin Punter. But a few interesting additions, including Tyler Robertson, who did impress in his first appearance in this competition for the club. Didn't feature in the defeat on the opening day of this season's Basketball Champions League. And they'll be hoping they can show their quality over the next couple of hours or so. There was a shock defeat here to Hapoel Jerusalem on game day 1, although the Israeli side following it up with another victory in game day 2. Last side to beat AEK here in the Basketball Champions League was Chess Nymburk, who of course they beat on the road just last week. Nymburk coming here in March of this year and winning by 10, 98 to 88. But overall, AEK's home record in the Basketball Champions League is pretty strong. '21st home game in this tournament for AEK Athens. And they have only lost 6 of those games. Pretty good overall home record, you'd have to say. Something you'd expect of the defending champions in this tournament. And Bamberg, after that narrow defeat to Fuenlabrada on game day 1. 89-88 point defeat at home. They followed it up with another home game and a victory against Dijon, 73-64. So this their first game on the road. And a pretty stiff test as they take on the defending champions. This is a competitive group. So strong teams. It will be fascinating to see how it shapes up over the next few weeks. We are still in the very early stages, of course. Game day 3 of 14 in the group phase. The top 4, as I'm sure you're all aware, go through to the knockout rounds, the round of 16. Here is your refereeing team for this evening. Manuel Mazzoni of Italy. He's part of the 3-man team, and of course the other 2 coming from the Czech Republic and Ukraine. Ivo Matijek and Sergei Zashchuk. Here's the starting 5 for Brose Bamberg. Tyrese Rice, who has impressed so far, is included there, as is Augustin Rubit. Those 2 players producing good numbers in the early games this season. And there is Anas Bagatskis, the new head coach, taking over from the man in the opposite dugout. AEK under new management. And their starting 5 does include the captain Dusan Sakota, also Xavier Ratten-Mays, Malcolm Griffin, Vince Hunter, and Howard Samroos, who is a player that anyone who's followed Ches Nimburg over the years, recently anyway, will be familiar with. Played an average of just under half an hour per game with Ches Nimburg in the Basketball Champions League 2 years ago. An average 13.2 points per game in that season as well. He was a key part of their roster. He's going to get the opportunity to impress for AEK Athens. In their home game here. Part of the starting 5. One of the new arrivals for the defending champions. Charis Giannopoulos, Malcolm Griffin, another of the important new arrivals, along with Tyler Robertson, of course, as well, and Xavier Ratten-Mays. So can the defending champions make it back-to-back wins? That's the question here. Or are the Germans here to spoil the party and pick up their first win on the road after they started the season with back-to-back home games? There's Dusan Sakota. And the players are almost ready to get underway here in the first quarter. 1 or 2 final preparations and instructions being handed out. It's a tremendous run from AEK Athens last season, of course. Finished 3rd in their group, behind Strasbourg and Banvit. They beat Ches Nimburg in the round of 16. And they got the revenge on Strasbourg by knocking them out in the quarter-final stage. Then it was Murcia of Spain in the semis. 2-point victory there, and then a 6-point win over Monaco in the final. The side who had knocked them out in the first edition of this tournament. Away we go in Athens. It's game day 3 in the Basketball Champions League. AEK Athens hosting Brose Bamberg of Germany. AEK in the yellow, of course, and Brose in the dark blue as the alley-oop pass is thrown down. What a start for Vince Hunter and for AEK Athens. A big statement made straight away by the home side. What an opening play. Bratton Mays with the assist. A little bit of miscommunication there in the Bamberg ranks, and here is Hunter now for AEK Athens. Floats one up but misses, and it's easily claimed by Augustin Rubit. Here is Rice. Rubit puts up the 2 and gets it and ties the game. And Bamberg off the mark. Sakota. Raythan Mize goes for the 3, misses. And it's gathered by Kulboka. Tyrese Rice. And Cliff Alexander couldn't hold on to it. It's the presence of Hunter there that made that ball difficult to hold. Hunter again with the 2-point effort. No good this time, though. After that flying start from AEK, they've missed a couple of opportunities. There's Rice. Pass inside, and it is missed by Cliff Alexander. Just floating that one up, couldn't get it to go. Raythan Mays. Griffin nice to put it in off the glass, good claim by Hunter. Another attempt by Hunter. Sam Roos couldn't hold the rebound. Brose Bamberg on the move once again. Floated effort is good, and Bamberg take the lead for the first time. Augustin Rubit doubling his tally. He's picked up all 4 points for the visiting side so far. Into the corner here for a 3-point attempt, uncontested, and no mistake. Expertly put away by Malcolm Griffin. Opens up his account. There's Daniel Schmidt. Looks for options here. Rubit again. Long 2 is good. Augustin Rubit picking up all the points so far for Bamberg. That's 6 for him. And for the German side, Dusan Sakota. It's a nice turn, and the reverse layup is a very good one indeed. Beautifully put away by Malcolm Griffin. There's the foul by Griffin. Drawn by Kulbolka. There was that opening score of the night. Vince Hunter. Schmidt. Time almost out on the shot clock, but it's the underarm layup once again from the man who is picking up all the points at the moment for Bamberg. It's 8 for Rubit. 4 from 4 from the field. Puts the Germans in front again. This is Sam Roos. Dusan Sakota, nice finish. Once again, the lead changing hands as Sam Roos is able to steal that ball. Turnover could prove costly here. Rathan Mays gets it, 2 more. Xavier Rathan Mays. Three-point lead for the defending champions. Cliff Alexander. And this was the steal from Howard Senruz, and it ultimately led to this too from Xavier Rathan Mays. And here is Sam Roos, throws it down. Howard Senruz opens up a 5-point lead for AEK Athens. 13 points to 8 as the first timeout is called. A little over 4.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Sam Roos with the steal and the dunk. A couple of steals already for the former Chess Nimberg man. 5-point lead for the hosts.
Guys, you see that? When we're going in a smart way, when we don't lose the ball, everything is works. Don't be soft. Attack all the time.
Come on, guys, finish. Come on.
First of all, now let's do like in a good speed. Good speed, let's go like a 2 down. And there's a screen away. We need ball screens to attack and to find the advantage. Okay, let's go.
Net, let's turn.
Well, a good start here for Luca Banchi's side, up against his former team, of course, and the Italian from Grosseto, an experienced coach. Involved at international level with Italy as assistant coach, also managed the military team as well. And about 14 or 15 years ago. A recent spell with Bamberg, but now coaching the defending champions of the Basketball Champions League. And his side have made a good start. Lead by 5, 13 points to 8. There's Linda there, getting involved for the first time. Here's Tyrese Rice. Pass to Rubin. Another foul called. Dusan Sakota has been penalised for this one. Rice Step back and the long two is good from Tyrese Rice. His first points. And Bamberg into double digits. AEK looking to respond quickly here. Raythan Mays couldn't get the pass away, and now the fast break is on, and, well, missed opportunity there. Foul is called eventually. It is the unsportsmanlike foul given against Jonas Mashulis. There it is. Pulled back the arm of Luis Alinde. The attempt missed by Alinde first time around. He does make the second. Gets Bamberg to within 2 points. There's Luka Banki there, he just saw a moment or two ago. Yes. Rice floats it up, no good. Knocked out of bounds. It's Tyler Robertson who tried to claim it. It's just come onto the court, Robertson. And here he is, throws it down for two. The easy dunk. And his first points of the night. Nice bounce pass into him from Howard Sanruz. That 4-point lead established once more. Rice. Tyrese Rice, and it's another steal for AEK Athens. Robertson. Still Robertson. The hook shot finish is outstanding. What a good start from Tyler Robertson. 2 from 2 from the field for AEK's number 30. Already making his presence felt here. It's a 6-point lead. Three-point attempt, no good. And AEK just really finding their rhythm now. It's laid up and in off the glass. Beautifully done by Raythan Mays. Beautifully executed. A good little spell this for the defending champions. 8-point lead. We have another timeout. And the Greeks are off to a flyer.
We can touch each other. They score just layups. If you lose the position, foul. That's calling smart teams play. Foul, foul, foul. Okay, next time don't say anything. Be prepared to fix or to contain when we blew, okay? So at the beginning you are on a 2-man. Be ready to help it, okay? Let's work aggressively, guys. Multiple screens to take advantage. Let's go defense.
Luka Banki demanding aggression from his team. A good start that man's made, Tyler Robertson. Points on the board early on. And still over 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Rice. Might have to go for this himself. He's going to run out of time. Rice has gone all the way. And Tyrese Rice makes it count. Yeah, exactly what he was doing there. There's Raythan Mays and Sakota for 3. It's no good. And there was a bit of a collision there. Mashulis and Arantakis both trying to go for that ball. Beaten to it by Morris Stuckney. It's great work from Tyrese Rice here. Wriggled through the gaps. So a 4-point lead for AEK as the high court press puts Raythan Mays under a bit of pressure. They've managed to play their way out of it here. There's Raythan Mays. And puts up the long two. It's outstanding from Xavier Raythan Mays. Hits the long two. And restores the 6-point lead. Here's Stuckey. It's almost mishandled there, and eventually it is stolen by AEK. Robertson making the run. Raythan Mays goes for the three. Robertson leaps in and claims the rebound. Tussling with Alinda. Here's Tyrese Rice. Goes the shot, and it's Robertson claiming the rebound there. Raythan Mays draws the foul. Luis Alinde. It's the man penalised. Good hands from Raythan Mays, draws the foul. Arantakis gets it back off Sakota. There's another foul. Raythan Mays, so he lost it that time, stolen by Bamberg. Trail by 6 here with the end of the first quarter rather fast approaching. The steal there from Harris. And this is Schmidt. Yellowbats puts up the 2 and misses. There's enough time here for AEK to take something extra from this first quarter. Foul is drawn. From Schmidt. Gets penalised there. Robertson. Raythan Mays. He draws another foul. Fourth foul, so still no free throws. Just a couple of seconds left here. Stuckey withdrawn. There's going to be a long attempt at a 3, and it's no good from Sakota. That is the end of the first quarter, and the hosts find themselves in front. It's a 6-point advantage for AEK Athens. They lead Brose Bamberg by 21 points to 15. Well, just a little bit better in most departments for AEK Athens in that first quarter. Brose have yet to hit a 3-pointer, only 2 attempts in that opening period. This was the very first moment, really, of the game. Raythan Mays with the alley-oop pass thrown down by Hunter. And Brose did manage to respond, did get themselves in front pretty quickly. But AEK having the better of things overall in that first 10-minute period. In fact, just one three-pointer so far in the game. Rubit is impressed for Brose Bamberg. Augustin Rubit, 8 points in that first quarter. Top scorer in the game so far. 6 for Rathan Mays, who's also made a big contribution. Howard Samrouz also getting involved early on. Those were his only 2 points of the game so far. Tyrese Rice with 4 points and Tyler Robertson with 4 as well. There's a few players who are starting to stamp their authority on this game. Intriguing first quarter, one that just about belongs to the hosts. They are 6 points ahead. They'll be happy enough with that. Officials just about ready to get things back underway. Here is Rathan Mays. Two assists and 6 points for him so far. Seeing William McDowell-White, who featured only for a few seconds really at the end of that first quarter. And here he is now with number 7 on his back for Brose Bamberg. The spin and 2-point effort, which is a successful one from Elias Harris. Rathan Mays, nice pass out wide for the 3-point attempt, which is good. Larentzakis off the mark in style. That's a 7-point lead for the Greeks. There's Harris again for Brose Bamberg. Can he respond? The 2-point fadeaway effort, no good. And the rebound claim by Masilius. Rathan Mays looking for a way through, almost picked out Robertson. But away come Bamberg. Okinde. Olinde going up and drawing the foul. Lewis Olinde impeded by Larentzakis. Was unable to make it count, but he did draw the foul. That was the bounce pass around the corner there from Rathan Mays, which didn't quite work out. It's a steal from Daniel Schmidt. Five steals from AEK Athens in that first half. 4 now in the game for the visiting team. Turnovers 5 for AEK Athens and 6 for the visiting side, who are now back to within 5 points. Robertson. Chance for the 2, and it's good. Giannopoulos making no mistake there. 7-point lead. Haris Giannopoulos getting his first points of the evening. Giannopoulos with the foul. It was he who provided the assist here for Giannopoulos. Harris. Linde. Two-point attempt from Harris is no good. It's under pressure, and that'll be a foul. McDowell White will be penalised here. The AEK fans making themselves heard now. They're pretty satisfied overall with what they've seen so far. And the officials are just going to review this incident here. Well, they have made it an unsportsmanlike foul. I think that's what they were checking. Just wanted to see the nature of that foul. It gives Larentzakis the chance from the line. McDowell White. Samani's been penalised. Larentzakis only makes one of those two free throws, but it's given his side an 8-point lead. Here is Larentzakis again. And he finds Robertson, who draws the foul. Tyler Robertson. Did really well here. A three-point play possibility. The 23-year-old American makes the free throw. Moves on to 7 points in the game. AEK move into the 30s. An 11-point lead here. And that was much needed. Brose Bamberg. Yelovats getting his first points of the evening there. Make it a single-digit deficit once more. Larentzakis here for AEK Athens. In towards Robertson. Nice pass. And it's missed by Giannopoulos. Decided to come inside. Couldn't make it count on that occasion. That's really nice play from Steven Yelovats. Back-to-back buckets for him. Bamberg back to within 7. .30 points to 23. This is excellent work from Yelovats. Finish with the left hand.
We have to execute, set screens, attack the gap, okay? You are open, take this shot. We are in a good position also to rebound, guys, okay?
Let's break, guys, let's break.
Hey, watch out the pressure, stay wide open, advance the ball, okay? No matter. Important, guys, don't rush everything. Let's go. A lot of time.
Get into the set play, guys. More speed, let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Well, the hosts have led for the vast majority here of this first half so far. We've still got just over 7 minutes left in in the second quarter, so a long, long way to go. Xanthopoulos picks it up again here, instantly recognizable by that protective mask that he's wearing. And the bounce pass and the three-point attempt is good. Mashiulis drains it from distance. And it's a double-digit lead once more. His first three of the night. And Bamberg respond. They've yet to hit a three-pointer. They haven't shot many. Only a couple of attempts. Here's another one, and this one is no good. Giannopoulos finding Larentakis, and Larentakis. And Robertson again. He's making no mistake. 4 from 4 from the field for Tyler Robertson, and 9 points on the board already. Good contribution from him, and a 12-point lead for the defending champions. Rice, yellow bats for 2, no good. Gathered up by Rubit, and a three-point attempt again is no good. They just can't hit them from distance at the moment. On the rare occasions they have attempted those threes, isn't coming off. That's none from 4 so far. Xanthopoulos and Giannopoulos going for the three-pointer this time. Rubit and Stuckey, but won't count. Rubit was penalised for a foul there. You can see it again. There it is. Offensive foul rather from Augustin Rubit. Hunter, Larentakis for 3. And the rebound easily claimed by Kulboka. Tyrese Rice unable to make that one count. Xanthopoulos leaves it for Howard Sanroos. Xanthopoulos again. Hunter gets it out. Xanthopoulos, Larentakis, Sanroos from the corner. It's good. Three-pointer from Howard Sanroos. And a 15-point lead for AEK Athens. That was beautifully constructed. Stuckey. Rubit open 2, gets it. Double digits for Rubit. And already a bit of a deficit being created here, a bit of a gap between these two teams. Less than 4 minutes to go in the second quarter as Larentakis just adds another 2 to the tally and restores the 15-point advantage. Here's Rice. Oh, what a pass, and well finished from Cliff Alexander. Bamberg with the instant response there. Here's Larentakis. Step back 2, just a little short. Gathered up by Hunter, who draws the foul. How about this for an alley-oop pass and finish from Cliff Alexander, picked out by Tyrese Rice. Hunter, Larentakis, Sampouris, and Larentakis just launched that one. He was running out of time. Rice And the three-point attempt no good again. Well, Linda's done well. Rice has it, ran into trouble, drew the foul. Sampuris, the man penalised on that occasion. Points the difference here. 5 from 12 from the field in this second quarter so far from Brose Bamberg. So the long two is missed there, and once again it comes to nothing for the Germans. Samrus. Hunter. Xanthopoulos. Hunter. Long two, attempted, no good. And Bamberg need to make the most of these moments when AEK missed their opportunities. With the foul there. Second foul in quick succession, so he's replaced here by Dusan Sakota. It's given Rubit the chance to add to his 10 points. Two from two. We are into the final 2 minutes of this first half, the second quarter. Samrus and Rathan Mays. And they've kept hold of it here. This is Dusan Sakota. Gets the shot away, the follow-up doesn't quite work out for AEK Athens, and here's Tyrese Rice now for Brose Bamberg into the corner, the uncontested three, and finally one drops for the Germans. Arnoldas Kulboka gets their first three of the game. Had all the time in the world there and made no mistake. Cut the gap to 8 points. Timeout has been called by AEK Athens. There's still a little bit of time left in this first half.
And move the ball, okay? We become too predictable. Okay, set good screens, no matter what they play defense, okay? Just good screens, we enter the defense and we have open shots, okay? Watch out the full court pressure, okay?
Those corners, and then is from the first pass, you are against 5, we know what to do. Okay? Yeah, now is you just like pressure, but when the ball moves good, we stay for the moment. Like for you man to man, continue zone and finish with man to man.
Rebound, yo, rebound and we good.
So AEK Athens still have the lead. It's been cut to 8 points. Decent little spell for Brose Bamberg. Howard Sanrus. Griffin, and oh, the dunk from Hunter. The pass from Griffin. And the alley-oop pass thrown down in style by Vince Hunter. Not his first of the night either. Another steal here for AEK Athens. Sakota. Here's Griffin. Dusan Sakota stepped out of bounds, just lost his footing. It's just a little slip here. Lost control of the ball. Fewer turnovers in this second quarter so far, and we have around about 30 seconds left. It's Tyrese Rice on the bounce pass. Oh, thrown down with authority by Cliff Alexander. Same combination, same result for Cliff Alexander. Another 2 on the tally for Brose Bamberg. These final few seconds here of the first half. Well, AEK Athens go in with a double-digit lead. Raythan Mays makes the 2 on the buzzer. And it is a 10-point game at the end of the first half. A pretty satisfactory 20 minutes of basketball from the home side. Raythan Mays just about getting that shot away in time. Could not have timed it more perfectly. It's a 10-point lead for AEK Athens, who lead Brose Bamberg at half-time by 44 points to 34. Well, it's been a good evening so far for the defending champions. Lost their first home game of the Basketball Champions League season, remember. But they have been the better of the two sides by some distance, you would say. More turnovers for Bamberg, but it's been the shooting really that's been the big difference. AEK 19 from 35 as far as field goal attempts go. 54%, just 46% for Brose Bamberg, and they've only made 1 3-pointer in the game. Very little in the way of free throws for either team, really. 4 from 12, the 3-point record for AEK Athens. It's not the most impressive percentage, but 4 3-pointers compared to just 1 does make a difference over the course of a half. It's a bright start from AEK Athens. The alley-oop pass and the dunk from Hunter, one of 2 alley-oop passes that he got on the end of in that first half. Decent performance from him so far. Howard Samroos going well as well. 5 points and 3 assists for him in the first half here. Joint most assists, along with Xavier Raythan Mays, who has 8 points and 3 assists. Good performance from him in the first half as well. Tyler Robertson, 9 points. And a couple of rebounds as well to add to that. But they've shared the output, AEK Athens. A little bit of everything from everybody so far. No one in particular standing out. Augustin Rubit for Brose Bamberg has 12 points, top scorer in the game. 3 rebounds for him as well. Tyrese Rice with 4 assists and 4 points. A creative force for the Germans. They haven't been quite as clinical with their chances, and certainly their 3-point shooting has been a little bit off. Just 1 from 6, as I mentioned. That is something that certainly will have to improve if they are to close the gap on AEK Athens in the second half. We'll leave you with highlights of the opening 2 periods here. And the defending champions going pretty well. 10 points up at the halfway stage, 44-34. We'll be back in a few minutes with the second half on game day 3 in the Basketball Champions League.
Vitreikis. Μπορεί να θέσει τα καλά.
Well, welcome back to Athens. It's been a good night so far for the hosts, the defending champions, of course, in the Basketball Champions League. 10-point lead for AEK Athens against Brose Bamberg, playing in this competition for the very first time, of course. And that is going to please Luca Banchi, no doubt, the former head coach of Brose Bamberg and current coach of AEK Athens. Successful start to the night for him. A little bit of pressure in this second half on Anas Bagatskis. And in charge of Brose Bamberg these days, the 51-year-old Latvian. Former Latvia head coach as well, of course. And he's been in charge of various clubs in the last 13 or 14 years. The likes of NEC, Nizhny Novgorod, and Maccabi Tel Aviv for more recently. But his side are going to have to come from 10 points down if they are to make it back-to-back wins in the Basketball Champions League. Their first game on the road in this competition. They played their first two games at home in Germany, losing to Fuenlabrada by just a single point on game day 1 2 weeks ago, 88-89 against the Spanish side, and then they comfortably beat Dijon by 9 at home in game day 2. They were 9 points down at the end of the first quarter, a very low scoring first quarter, 13 points to 4. And then had got themselves to within 2 points by half-time. At the end of the third quarter, they were a point behind and then absolutely ran away with it in the fourth, outscoring Dijon 26-16. So maybe a slow start here. Not necessarily the end of the world for them. They can possibly turn this around. This is a good AEK Athens team, a little bit different to the one that had so much success in this competition last season, went all the way to the final and lifted the trophy. As I mentioned before the start of the game, a couple of key departures: Manny Harris, Mike Green, Kevin Punter. Some of the new boys, the likes of Tyler Robertson and Xavier Rafen-Mays, and Howard St. Roux certainly impressing today. Can they maintain what is a good advantage in this third game in the group phase, the regular season in the Basketball Champions League? 44-34, with Brose Bamberg looking to get the first points in this third quarter, which is exactly what they've done, courtesy of Arnoldas Kuboka. The man who's hit the only three-pointer for Brose Bamberg in this game so far, 1 from 6 from outside the arc in that first half. And a turnover here, and Tyrese Rice looking to go it alone, finishes well. And he's had a decent game so far, 5 assists and now 6 points and a rebound as well. for Tyrese Rice, who's been one of their top performers in this season's competition so far. Hunter draws the foul, makes the 2. Vince Hunter with a 3-point play possibility here. Outsmarting Elias Harris there. Luka Bankian. Conversation there with Malcolm Griffin as Hunter looks to make it 9 personal points and a 9-point lead as well for AEK Athens. Tyrese Rice. Still Rice going. And Tyrese Rice felt that there was a touch there from one of the AEK Athens players. Have a little look here. He may have had a point. Difficult one to spot for the officials. 9-7 as far as turnovers go. A no-look pass out wide to Senrus. Didn't quite get it to go, but Hunter draws the foul. Claimed the rebound and then was able to draw the foul. Daniel Schmidt it was who was penalised, although both he and Harris appeared to own up to that one. Sakota. Rayfin Mays. Still Rayfin Mays, floats it up and misses, was running out of time. Not the most impressive start so far to the third quarter from AEK Athens. Not quite as free-flowing as they were. On the turnover here, and this should be an uncontested dunk for Howard Samroos. Seven points and 3 assists now for the former Chesnimberg man. And an 11-point lead for AEK Athens, 49-38. Well, it was Samroos again who was involved in the steal, although it'll go down as a Dusan Sakota steal. Samroos was there to finish it off, and that is nicely put away. Much needed 2 points for Rubit and Bamberg. Rubit continues to increase his tally. He's got 14 points now. 6 from 6 from the field for Rubit as AEK Athens failed to respond at the other end. Here's Schmidt. Augustine Rubit. Tyrese Rice. 3-point attempt is good. And it's Kulboka with his second 3 of the night. The only 2 3-pointers that Bamberg have registered so far this evening have come from his hands. 8 points in total for him. It's a 6-point game now. Here's Hunter. Drawing the foul. He thought he'd drawn the foul, but travelling was the call. Kulboka's 3-point effort. cut the deficit to just 6 points. 6.5 minutes left in the third. This is Tyrese Rice. Twisting and turning. And to go beyond the arc to find Rubit. Gilboka waiting maybe for another chance at a three-point attempt. And in it goes for two in the end from that man again. Augustin Rubit. 16 points. And a 100% field goal percentage. A 4-point deficit now. Good little spell this for Bamberg. The floated finish from Malcolm Griffin restores a bit of a gap once more, and AEK Athens into the 50s. It's Tyrese Rice. Stuckey finds Rubit. Stuckey again. Needs an option, finds his teammate eventually. It's missed though by Gilboka, and the rebound claimed here by AEK Athens. Here is Rathan Mays, goes all the way, uncontested finish to move into double digits and restore an 8-point lead. Rubit again, Stuckey goes for the three and misses it, and it's claimed easily by Malcolm Griffin. He ran into trouble but has managed to draw the foul. (53-45) with a little over 5 minutes left in the third. Tyler Robertson back on court. 2 rebounds, 9 points for him so far. Rathan Mays puts up another 2 and gets it. Another player has had a decent night so far. And the 10-point lead is restored. Xavier Rathan Mays. And now here comes Griffin for another 2. Just going all the way here. Not much that Tyrese Rice could do about it. Came from another turnover. Griffin with the steal and the layup. Timeout is called. It's a 12-point lead for AEK, 57-45.
A triple switch between you both. Let's see. Shot it on others goes listen. And don't lose the ball game. Don't lose the ball. Play with the confidence. Don't hesitate. Don't think too much. Play. Enjoy.
Well, so far in this third quarter, AEK are just shading it 13-11. They've increased their lead from 10 to 12. Still a fair amount of work to do to ensure they don't suffer back-to-back home defeats in this competition. Rubit, and the follow-up is easily put away by Alexander. Augustin Rubit missing for the first time tonight. Alexander there to put it back for the 2. Rubit 7 from 8 from the field so far tonight. That was his first miss. He has 16 points. 4 rebounds. Good performance so far, but his side is still down by 10. And that could be increased here. It is. Griffin with the layup. And he continues to impress here. 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Here's Cliff Alexander, and he makes another 2. So important now that Brose Bamberg stay in touch and don't let AEK Athens enjoy the next couple of minutes, because they could leave themselves with too much work to do. And did Robertson get a block on that? Or was it just a missed layup there from Brose Bamberg? But here come AEK Athens looking for 3. It's no good. It was a block from Tyler Robertson just a few moments ago. In the meantime, Tyrese Rice has it. Oh, and they've kept it alive here, Ike. Here is Robertson. Support arriving now. Sakota with time. He's missed it. Now Rubit. Stuckey. And the 3-point attempt from Arnoldas Kulboka. And he is making 3-pointers when the rest of his teammates are struggling. He is the one who has made all 3 of their 3-point attempts, 3 from 9 overall. As Rathan Mays goes for the 3 and he gets it. An immediate response from the champions. Xavier Rathan Mays. Restoring that 10-point deficit for Bamberg, who once again find the hands of Kulboka. And where would they be without his 3-point shooting? That's his 4th 3 of the night. 3 of them coming in this quarter. Rathan Mays has it. The long 2 is no good. Robertson unable to claim the rebound. Stuckey draws the foul. Well, Arnoldas Kulboka. 14 points now, 5 rebounds. Big contribution from him, and it's closed the gap for his team. 5 from 9 from the field, 4 of those have been 3-point efforts. Kulboka's made 4 from 6 from beyond the arc. Schmidt has it now. Yellowbats. Fadeaway 2 is good. Nicely put away. And suddenly it's a 5-point game. And it's tightening up here as we approach the end of the 3rd quarter. Robertson. Rathan Mays. 5 on the shot clock. There's the foul from Yellowbats. Robertson. Another foul here. It's a trip to the line for Xavier Rathan Mays. Looking to add to his 15 points and 4 assists so far. And he makes 1 of the 2, so it's a 6-point lead. 40 seconds left in the 3rd. There's McDowell White. And it's stolen. And it should be an easy 2, the layup made by Xanthopoulos. And the defending champions extend their lead again. It's 8 points now. Into the final 20 seconds of the third quarter. McDowell-White, the alley-oop pass put away by Alexander. Not for the first time tonight. Just helped it on its way. And just a couple of seconds remaining here. It's another foul drawn. Xavier Rathan-Mays once more. He's had a big say in this game so far. 17 points now. If he can make it 18, it'll increase the lead to 8 once again. And Brose will have just a couple of seconds to try and cut the deficit once more. McDowell-White will go for the long three and very nearly made it. And that really would have made things interesting. As it is, it's an 8-point lead at the end of the third quarter. Brose Bamberg just about edging that third, but they still have work to do. Can they overturn the 8-point deficit in the final period? 67-59, AEK Athens lead. Well, overall, a great improvement in the three-point shooting, as you can see from Brose Bamberg. And that is all thanks to Arnoldas Kulboka, who's hit all 4 of their three-pointers, and 3 of them in that third quarter. Certainly helped his side close the gap a little bit, although they do find themselves 8 points behind still as we wait for the final quarter to get underway. Augustin Rubit with an important contribution for Brose Bamberg, keeping them in touch. Do have a lot to do. 16 points for him, 14 points for Kulboka, thanks largely to those three-point attempts. Cliff Alexander's moved into double digits as well, 10 points for him so far. Kulboka, as well as 14 points and 4 three-pointers, has 6 defensive rebounds as well. The most of anyone in the Brose Bamberg roster. It's all been shared out pretty evenly as far as AEK Athens are concerned. Nobody has more than 3 rebounds. As far as point scoring goes, well, Xavier Rathan-Mays has been the key man. He's the only one in double digits. But they do have 3 players on 9 points. Tyler Robertson, Malcolm Griffin and Vince Hunter all approaching those double-digit scores. But Xavier Rathan-Mays is the man who's had the biggest impact, you would say. 18 points and 4 assists. Tyler Robertson, 9 points, 2 rebounds. Good contribution from him. Griffin, 9 points, 3 rebounds, 2 assists. And Howard Samroos with 7 points and 3 assists. All making a decent contribution, but it has been a team effort so far from AEK Athens. Once again, it's that man, Xavier Rathan-Mays, who can make this a double-digit lead again by making both free throws here. There it is, 10-point lead. There's Olinda. Tyrese Rice, creative hub of the Bamberg side. Cliff Alexander. Oh, the pass inside. Olinda throws it down. Only 5 points for him in the game so far, but a couple of really important ones there. Back to a single-digit lead for AEK Athens, and the three-point attempt has been missed. Claimed here by Rice. foul called against Larentzakis. Real frustration for him. 2 fouls for Larentzakis. Dusan Sakoto, the only one with more than 2. There's 3 for Larentzakis actually. He joins Sakoto on 3 personal fouls. Daniel Schmidt's the one who's got to be careful for Brose Bamberg. He's on 4. Side down by 8. Here is Schmidt. Well, he was allowed to go all the way, but the putback jam from Alexander. After he missed this attempt there, Schmidt. Alexander there to follow it up once more, not for the first time. And just creates a little bit of unease here. It's a 6-point deficit. Like Athens, they want to ensure they keep their opponents at arm's length here. And the hook finish is an outstanding one from Maciulis. Quick response from AEK Athens, but how about that for a 3? Daniel Schmidt makes it a 5-point game. Just outside the arc. No mistake with this one. The 3-point shooting has been much better in the second half, and it might just help them get a little bit closer to the hosts here. Just 5 points between them now.
The ball screen like this, close to the arc. Make pressure on the ball. You have to slap the ball and then retreat. 2-on-2 defense. Keep in touch with the ball because the shooter want to slip. Guys, who's in a corner have to help. Okay? Against the big guy. Hey, this offense, we go head, no goal. Let's go.
Step on here, straight back. Daniel comes in. If you see, as they are no consistency, no switch pass to the snap ball is open 3. If not, we can roll with actually.
Guys, defense is the 5-point game. Let's go, play, come on. Defense. Nothing easy, let's go, fight.
So AEK Athens not quite as comfortable as they were. They have led for almost the whole game, really. But it is just 5 points now between them and the visiting side as Maciulis goes for the 3 and gets it. How important could that be? Just to settle any nerves at this stage. Maciulis and a big 3-pointer there. And restores the 8-point lead for AEK, who have turned it over. This is Rathan Mays. Larentzakis. And he lost out this time. Now Olinda draws the foul. Xanthopoulos trying to steal it here off Olinda. He's always going to struggle. It's a clear foul. Well, they had the 2 free throws there. 6 points, the difference. Raven Mays has it. It's a little slip there from Alinda. And the foul is drawn by Raven Mays once again. It's Alinda's foul. It's getting plenty of trips to the foul line here, Raven Mays. He's only missed one so far. 2 from 2 there. Restores the 8-point advantage once again. Still over 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter here. Good free throw shooting from both teams, just 3 missed out of 22 in total as far as the combined efforts go. Hook shot, great finish there from Alexander. Cliff Alexander. Again, just keeping Brose Bamberg in touch here. Xanthopoulos. Pass inside here to Tyler Robertson, and Robertson couldn't quite get it to go. Schmidt. Oh, and great play there. The steal and the slam from Malcolm Griffin. Threw that down with real authority. 8 points again, the difference. They are keeping Brose Bamberg at arm's length. Here's Schmidt. Tries to get the pass out wide and couldn't. Kulboka was waiting. It's almost as though the AEK players knew exactly what was coming. This is great play from Griffin. First the steal and then the dunk. Now can AEK make it a double-digit lead again here? Into Robertson. Tries to hook it in, no joy this time. It's claimed instead by Kulboka. Foul there right in front of the official. Alinde draws it. Malcolm Griffin, the man penalised. Just watch here. There we go. Griffin on Alinde. Oh, brilliantly stolen there by Larentzakis. Finds Xanthopoulos. Here's Robertson. Xanthopoulos, Larentzakis. Can he finish what he started? Yes, he can. Yanulis Larentzakis with the 3. And look at the reaction from AEK Athens. That is a big 3-pointer. It puts them 11 clear. And are they closing in on the win? Timeout called, 81-70. Well, that all started with Larentzakis stealing it at the other end of the court. And he finished with a stylish 3-pointer.
Let's stay like this. Clip, step on. Arnoldo, stay here. And there is Daniel. We will see for who we want to play. Just jump out fast and inside. Yeah, and that's it. Simple things like this.
Yeah, fine, okay. 55, one down.
Luka Banki's side looking the favourites now to go on and claim this game. They've been in front pretty much all the way through. That three-pointer just emphasising the gap between the two sides. Good response, quick response from Brose Bamberg. Just the two that time from Kulboka. But it is a single-digit lead, so they will feel there is still something in this for them. Xanthopoulos, pass into Robertson, out to Larentakis. Can he hit another? Yes, he can! Yes, he can! Back-to-back threes from Larentakis. And that has got this crowd on their feet again. His third three of the night, Larentakis. Rubin has it for Brose Bamberg, makes that brilliantly. He's continued to add points to his tally. 18 for the game now. 4 minutes 20 to go. 10 points the advantage for the defending champions. Robertson. Xanthopoulos into the corner. The pass inside to Robertson, who makes it. Picked out by Matulis and finished off by Tyler Robertson, who's into double digits now. 10, 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. That's nice work from Jonas Matulis. This is Yelovats, Kulboka. Gone for the long three, it's no good. Schmidt's attempt. And then Larentakis and Yelovats tussling for it, and Robertson came over the top. Larentakis has been penalised for that. This was super play, culminating in the two for Robertson. Yelovats, in the meantime, has made his 2 free throws. Back to a 10-point game again, but time is against Brose Bamberg here. And it's laid up and in off the glass. Larentakis adds another 2. And he's coming to life in these closing stages. Schmidt. Schmidt again. Out of options. Alexander. Travelling. Cliff Alexander. More frustration for the Germans. 18-10 in terms of turnovers. There's been a lot more in this fourth quarter as AEK try and increase their lead. Alexander has it. And Chulis with some good work there defensively. It's Tyrese Rice, who's seemingly picked up a bit of an eye injury. He's caught there accidentally. And he's on the bench at the moment. And Stuckey puts up the three-pointer and gets it. They're not quite done yet. It's a 9-point lead now. Just 2.5 minutes to go. Mashulis. Griffin, Sam Roos to Brecon Mays, who's been a key man here. Griffin, oh, what a three that is. That's a huge three from Malcolm Griffin. "12 points again, the difference here. And it's put away. Schmidt Makes it a 10-point game again. Less than 2 minutes remaining though. Nathan Mays. Hunter. Draws a foul. It's Hunter who had hold of Masulis. Schmidt, rather, I should say. Here's Griffin's three. It was huge. Man in his face as well. No problem at all for Malcolm Griffin. 14 points for him tonight. Hunter. Nathan Mays. Masulis with all the time in the world, but he's missed it. Sanruz and Hunter going for the same ball. And this is really just what Ike wanted. Time on the ball. There's McDowell-White. He's penalised there. It's another foul. It means that Jonas Masulis has helped his side waste a little bit more time. Just struggling with the rebounds in this quarter. Nathan Mays adds to his ever-impressive tally. 24.6 assists for him. Great performance as Rubit moves into the 20s himself. Just keeping this at a 10-point game, but we are into the final minute now. And there is just too much work for Brose Bamberg to do. They've given it everything. Just come up a little short. It's been a tight fourth quarter, high-scoring fourth quarter. It was 8 points between the two sides at the end of the third. Hasn't changed too much. A couple of seconds difference now between shot and game clock, and AEK Athens can just run it down. And they take one last shot here. And Griffin's allowed to go. It couldn't finish. McDowell-White has it, and he will go for the shot on the buzzer. He's made it. That is some three to finish the game. And it puts a little more respectability on the scoreboard for Brose Bamberg, but it doesn't matter in the end. The defending champions make it back-to-back wins and secure a first win at home in the 2018-19 Basketball Champions League. How about this for a buzzer beater from William McDowell-White? From just inside his own half as well. Nice way to finish for him, but a disappointing end to the game for Brose Bamberg, beaten for the second time in the Basketball Champions League this season. 93-86. AEK Athens get the win. Well, a good night overall for the hosts after that shock defeat at home on the opening day of this season's Basketball Champions League. They have a good home record overall in this competition. After losing, though, to Hapoel Jerusalem, they'd have been desperate to get the win here. And that's exactly what they've managed to do. 7-point victory in the end. Nathan Mays with 24 points and 6 assists. The standout player, really, for the home side. Sam Roos with 3 steals. Nathan Mays, 5 turnovers, but a good performance all over, really, from AEK Athens. I'd say, well, certainly would have said at the halfway stage, it was all pretty evenly distributed in terms of the contribution. And there were a few players who ended up making a bit of a bigger contribution than others in the end, but lots who made a good contribution. Malcolm Griffin, 14 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists for him. Of course, Xavier Rayfin-Mays, 24 points and 6 assists. Fantastic performance from Ike's number 11. In terms of point scoring, Larentzakis as well hit a couple of big threes in that fourth quarter that just helped establish Ike's position in the game. Ended with 14 points, 2 rebounds and 2 assists. Tyler Robertson as well, good contribution from him, solid 11 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists for him as well. So 4 players into double digits as far as point scoring goes. But Xavier Rayfin-Mays really was the star man. 24 points and 6 assists over the course of the game. Excellent contribution from him. Certainly helped his side to a victory. Cliff Alexander with 14 points. 5 rebounds rather as well for him. A good performance overall. Augustine Rubit as well reached the 20s. He got 20 points and made 5 rebounds and contributed 2 assists as well. He was arguably the best performer on the night for Brose Bamberg. Arnoldas Koboka, who scored 16 points and hit 4 3-pointers. Also made a decent contribution, 7 rebounds for him as well, the most of anybody in the game. But ultimately it just wasn't enough. And Tyrese Rice, who made 7 assists and scored 6 points, did miss the last portion of the game through injury. He might have been able to make a bit more of a contribution. Seemed to pick up an eye injury, and that was the end of his game once he went off to get some treatment on that. But realistically, they were always chasing the game. Brose Bamberg, they found themselves quite a long way behind. At the end of the first quarter, they were already 6 points down, and a further 4 points behind at the end of the second. So down by 10. 44-34 at halftime. And the third and fourth quarter are actually pretty close, and actually they were edged on both occasions by the visiting side, but it wasn't enough for them in the end. Brose Bamberg beaten by 93 points to 86. Ike Athens get their 2nd win of the Basketball Champions League. The defending champions at the moment, top of the group. This is how it looks at the moment. Brose Bamberg will be disappointed after 1 win and now 2 defeats. Their first defeat in their first game on the road. Chess Nimburg down at the bottom, no wins so far. We'll be back with more Basketball Champions League next week. Goodbye for now.